Well, Islamic banks are different to traditional or conventional banks in a way. First of all, the structure, the product offered, and the way the business is conducted. If we talk about the structure, there is an extra layer of governance in Islamic banks, which is internally the Sharia compliance department, and externally the Sharia supervisory committee as an independent committee. Both of them basically act as, let's say, an ethical committee or an ethical officer in the bank to ensure that the customer advantage or the customer benefit is taken into consideration in anything the bank do, and at the same time the overall social element is also taken into consideration. In terms of the product structure, basically the borrowing lending relationship that conventional banks revolves around doesn't exist in Islamic banks. Islamic banks are more based on a trade and business activities that involve asset-backed products or trading in commodities. This part of the business basically ensure that Islamic banks are more resilient in the market. Their practices are more aligned with socially responsible business or company. As we saw recently basically in the financial crisis and in different scandals in relation to conventional banks, these things can rarely be heard about Islamic banks because of the structure and the robustness in their structure and in their operations. Certain products which is considered unethical, which are provided by traditional banks, Islamic banks are not allowed to provide it because they are not Sharia compliant. And this basically gives an advantage for Islamic banks. Other people might look at it as restrictions or restraint for Islamic banks being not able to offer those products. However, we've seen the consequences that the society as a whole suffered from offering those products by traditional banks. So it's definitely a point for Islamic banks that they are more resilient, they are more socially responsible, and they take all stakeholders in the society into account in their business model.